What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Steve Natto. I want to thank you for stopping by the video today, and be sure to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all of my new videos here on YouTube as soon as they drop. As you can see in hand today, we have a very special Air Jordan 1 Low that I think is easily one of the best ones of the summer, and this is a shoe that you absolutely need for the summer. If you like the Air Jordan 1 Low, it is the women's Jordan 1 Low UNC. So yes, I did say women's. This is actually a women's shoe, so I will say this right out of the gate that it only does go up to a men's size 10.5 in terms of the conversion. This goes up to a women's size 12, which converts to a men's 10.5, as there is a 1.5 size difference between the two. So it's unfortunate that this does not reach the full size run of men's sizing, but it does get essentially half the way up to a 10.5. So keep that in mind if this is a shoe you're looking to pick up, but I think it's one of the best Jordan 1 Lows to have released in a long time. I know I said that last time for the Gym Red Jordan 1 Lows, and I still think that's true for them, but this one I like a little bit more, and I think is so nice. So we're going to dive into the shoe, take a close look at it, both up close as well as on feet, and I'll give you guys my opinions at the end of the video, but I think this is going to be a great shoe for the summer. It actually released sometime recently. It has a very strange release cycle, again, just like a lot of Jordan 1 Lows and Jordan 1 Mids, and I think it finally started popping up around the end of April and continuing throughout the kind of beginning and now end of May, and will probably continue to drop throughout June as well. I know all retailers haven't gotten it yet. Several have. I actually got this one from a European retailer because I kept missing over in the US. So it just keeps showing up but selling out almost instantly. So I finally tracked down a pair and was able to get it. But just keep your eyes peeled if you are looking to grab this, because it should release at more spots, fairly soon at this point. But with all that being said, I think we do just need to dive into the video for today. Like I said, this is a great Air Jordan 1 Low in the UNC colorway. It makes so much sense for what's going on right now. We just finished wrapping up The Last Dance and, taking a look at MJ back at UNC. Like, these shoes are just crazy right now, and I think this is an awesome shoe for the summer. So with all that being said, let's dive in and take a look at the Jordan 1 Low UNC. And here we are with the shoes. So of course, first off, let's take a look at the box, and we can see it's the typical kind of women's Jordan box. So on the size tag, we see women's Air Jordan 1 Low in just university blue. Like I said, this did come from a European retailer. I got it from End. So this is the size tag that comes from that store, and it does not have the US suggested retail price tag on here because it was from Europe. However, that retail is $90 in the US. But onto the shoes now. As you can see, it's this university blue and white Air Jordan 1 Low that looks so nice in person. Starting with the bottom here, you got the university blue on the outsole. Then you got this white midsole picking up right on top of that. And then you got a decent leather in terms of, the upper material here. You got university blue around the toe box, white on the mid panel, a university blue swoosh, blue towards the back and up at the collar, blue laces, and white on the top of the toe box itself. So the leather isn't really anything too crazy. It's not bad, it's not great, but it just looks really nice in the shade of blue that they chose. And of course, you got that university blue Jumpman on the top of the toe. Onto the front view now, we got blue and white around the toe here. You can see those stars at the very top of the toe. And then as we move to the toe box, we got white on top there with the perforations for breathability. You got these blue laces, a blue 23 on top of the tongue right there. Same on both shoes, a white tongue itself, and then a blue Jumpman on top. As mentioned before, that is the same on both sneakers. Onto the medial side now, not too much is different here, just the kind of inner portion of the sneaker compared to the lateral side. Again, we got blue and white going throughout. We got that stitching. We got the mid panel with the blue swoosh. We got the white midsole, a peek at the stitching on the back for the Wings logo, and then blue at the top around the collar and on the laces. And I'll show it a little bit closer when we look inside the shoes, but the inner lining is actually kind of a satin material. It's a very nice kind of upgraded material that feels really nice. So it's a cool addition there that I really didn't even notice until checking these out in hand, but a very cool addition to the shoe there. Onto the back heel itself now. Again, we got blue on the outsole, white midsole, blue on the back, and that white stitching for the Wings logo. And moving up to the blue inner liner as well. You got white piping around the tongue and blue behind the tongue, which we'll take a closer look at now as well. Now moving overhead and taking a closer look inside the shoes. Again, like I mentioned, we can take a look at that inner lining, which is sort of like a really nice kind of satin material that lines the whole inner portion of the sneaker, going down to that blue insole with the white Jumpman. And it is the same on both shoes. However, this tag right here on the bottom of the left sneaker is a European shoe size tag that does come included on some Nike products. And then on the back of the tongue, we got that same kind of satin material with the size tag here. So we'll get a shot at that. There's some of the numbers and information on the shoe. And lastly, we'll round it out by taking a look at the outsole here. Nothing different. This is just a classic Jordan 1 outsole for the one low, mid, or high. And it's just all in that university blue. And now we have wrapped up taking an up-close look at the Jordan 1 Low UNC. So now it's time to get these laced up, and I'll show you guys what they look like on feet. So now there we have it for the women's Jordan 1 Low UNC on feet. So like I said, I still think this is going to be a necessity for the summer if you're in the market for a brand new pair of either Jordan 1 Lows or low top sneakers that are just functional, low retail price, and a good sneaker all around. This thing is just so clean and such a nice shoe. I'm a really, really big fan of it. The only downside really is that it is a women's shoe in the fact that the conversion of sizes only goes up to a men's 10.5. Of course, rightfully so, this is a women's shoe, but Jordan's been doing this a lot where they make a lot of really good women's shoes that can cross over to men's, and they do the extended size range where it goes up to a women's 12, which converts to a men's 10.5. So that's certainly good for anyone who wears a 10.5 or lower, but unfortunately for anyone who wears a size larger than that, you won't be able to get this shoe and actually wear it. So be that as it may, I'm glad to see that Jordan is putting out great women's models. I just wish that with a shoe like this, they would maybe make the size run a little bit bigger or do something a little bit different to accommodate for the full men's range. But it is what it is. At least for my size, I'm very happy with it because I can get this shoe and actually wear it. I think it's such a good shoe. And like I mentioned with The Last Dance that we just finished up watching, seeing MJ back at UNC and then getting this shoe for the summer, it's just so perfect. Like, this is just a great shoe. So I really do like the Jordan 1 Low silhouette all around, and this shoe is really no different than any other Jordan 1 Low in terms of men's or women's. The only difference you have to keep in mind is that size conversion because the size is listed in women's. But in terms of how it fits, it does fit true to size, and it's a very comfortable shoe that gets more comfortable over time. It's a good shoe that works well with shorts or pants, so it's a good shoe no matter where you are in the world. But with all that being said, I think it's finally time to wrap it up and give you guys my opinion on a scale out of 10 here. And I'm going an easy 9.5 out of 10. This is such a great shoe. The retail price of $90 is no question. That's such a cheap price in the scheme of retail prices across the board on all shoes that are kind of good in this space. So hands down, this is great. The only really kind of downsides are that it doesn't go up to the full men's sizing and that it just had a weird release cycle in that it's completely not totally out yet and still is kind of hard to get, but hopefully it should release more places soon and you guys can pick it up if you're looking to. But with all that being said, I think we finally wrapped up the video here. So please, if you have any questions at all or want to chat with me in the comments down below, feel free to leave those comments down below. You guys can also check the links to my social media and the links in the description down below as well. But I think that's going to wrap it up for today. So thank you one final time for joining me on this video today. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you guys are not subscribed to the channel yet. And I will catch you guys again real soon on the next video.